Chris Buck, and this is my story. It all started here in New Westminster, British Columbia, Canada. It's just on the outskirts of Vancouver. I grew up in this house right here. This basketball court here and this hockey net was actually where I grew to love music as well, because my best friend lived right across that lane. His dad had a recording studio, and this is where my love for music really shined, was right here in this park behind my house. Here's my balancing act for the day, kind of.
Just a rusty cowboy like you'd ever seen. Out here in my home, my Caribbean dream.
The first gig I ever got was actually at church. I was the bass player, and that's where I learned to play music, was at church.
The streets are black now in this ghost town. Neon sign in the sky slowly flickered out. Leave your light on, play a love song. I'm on my way, baby, waiting all night. Giddy up.
Giddy Up did so much for us all the way across Canada, not only with radio, but even underground, like going to these small towns and everyone knows the words to that song. Just one of those songs I guess people love dancing to.
Burning up them country miles, work hard, live loud, getting down with the feel-good crowd.
2017, what an amazing year. It was the first year we got nominated for a Canadian Country Music Award. I can't even describe the moment when I found out we were actually nominated. It was shocking. I'm like, wow, we were actually put in, with such great names and talent across the country for that. We won Country Club Act of the Year for 3 years in a row, and just all those late nights, playing 3-4 nights a week at bars and getting recognition for, those were some of the hardest gigs I ever did, and I'd look back at it and it means a lot, that we started, ground up and worked our way up.
Good times all around when the sun sets down.
I played in front of 2 people, 2,000 people. I think it just teaches you how to be an entertainer. The more you're in front of people performing, you learn how to adapt with situations, whether 2 people show up or 2,000 people or more show up, and that's the cool thing about music. It keeps you very humble. I got something I really want to show you guys. Come here. I was actually on a team with AL MVP Justin Morneau, a very famous baseball player. So every time I come to the rink and I see my name up there on the banner in the front of the rink, it brings me back to some really good hockey moments here in New West. Here's one.
Where are you?
Right here. Look at this guy.
Together now. Sit back and ease your mind. Take a nice cold sip of that summertime.
Well, this is a very important place for me. It's a life-changing place. This is the moment where I almost lost my life. I was in a car accident here in front of the school, and I'm still suffering with pain today because of it, but it also gave me the chance to write songs at home during the time, of recovery. So look at the good and the bad of it, and I take the good from it.
Love me here tonight, like there's no tomorrow. It's only you and I.
This is where I draw most of my inspiration from. It's because of this fellow right here. His name's Tevin. He was like a brother to me. He was an amazing guitar player. I consider him like a young Jimi Hendrix, and he really looked up to me, and I feel like he lives through me with my music. And some of the harder days I have where I'm like, the music industry wears on you, I think of Tevin. I just want to make him proud, and he died at 15 years old from cancer, so I'm a big supporter of the Cancer Society because of Tevin, and he also taught me a lot about spirituality too. He was a very old soul, so this is one of the main inspirations of why I do music today, is because of this guy right here, Tevin.
And the 2017 Album of the Year award goes to Chris Buck Band.
The fact that I co-wrote the album with other writers as well, I can't even explain how much that meant to me.
Well, I've been up all night, the restless state of mind. Well, I've been planning out how to make you mine. Working out what I want.
Here we are in Port Moody. My life really changed here. This place is where I went all in. I had a beautiful view, top corner suite. I was working 3 jobs. I wasn't happy, so I decided to sell my place, my car, and I went all in. This was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, was to give up all my possessions to do what I love, because, you know, you got to go all in sometimes. That's when you know. I actually wrote that song for my girlfriend. I never expected it to do anything. I've never released a slow song, and just to see the amount of messages, not only in Canada, from all over the world, and people playing it at their weddings was the coolest thing. And then obviously it going top 20 on Canadian country radio was a very special moment I'll never forget as well. That's when you know has almost 2 million streams on Spotify alone, which is, it's crazy. It's so cool. The new album, All In, is basically just totally focusing on music, no other distractions. It's been an interesting journey. I started the band over a decade ago, and I just keep following my direction of my love for music, and I appreciate everybody supporting me and following me online. It means so much that you take the time to listen to my music. I'm Chris Buck at the Chris Buck Band, and that's my story. I'll see you guys on the road. Giddy up. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know, it's just like you get a couple kids on it and you kind of try to knock each other off.